at the time. So
You
I'm in
know,
this hotel. I'm in this hotel room, and it's got this uh very African looking uh head to the bed. It's just gorgeous. I've been meditating looking at it. Let me show you.
oh wow, beautiful.
Isn't that cool?
It's very nice.
I
It's
mean, if
very
it's in a
nice.
hotel room, they didn't spend too much money on it. So I don't know how they did it. It's really neat.
Yeah, it's very rare. Um, do you remember when I told you about the thunderstorm that was
Yeah.
starting?
Hmm.
Yeah, I just said be quiet, and somehow it stopped. There's no rain, there's no thunderstorm. It's quiet. It's like it never
Right.
happened. Yeah.
I think last time you said that we should do a guided meditation.
Oh yeah, I almost forgot about it.
Yeah. Maybe maybe that's a good idea. Let me get set up here.
All right.
I like to sit cross legged sometimes. Meditate. I'm gonna drink my tea when I meditate. Is that okay?
It's fine. It's fine.
God
No
won't get
problem.
mad.
It's very funny.
Okay, let's do it.
Um, we are not waiting for anything to happen right now. Make no efforts to be or to do anything. Forget about the past. Forget about the future. And forget about the present. Forget about any story, the story of your life. Don't imagine anything. Have no images in the mind And you are not waiting for anything right now. You are not expecting anything to happen. You are not trying. There's just a breathing in and breathing out, which isn't being done by anybody already. The breath can be seen. Thoughts can be seen as they are coming and going. Don't hold on to any thought or image. Don't even make an effort to be effortless. Just be. Simply be. No trying, no waiting, no thinking about the past or the future. Just this existence, which doesn't belong to anybody already. It just is. And forget about even the you, the imaginary you. Forget about all stories. Just simply be this, which is nothing already. What you really are is not a thing that can be pointed at, that can be grasped. What you really are can never be held in view, can never be seen. You cannot see what you are. You can only see from what you are. You are the unchanging. You are that which was never born and it never dies. You are life itself. Life is already deathless. Life is already beginless. It never began. Therefore, it never ends. It is nothing yet appearing as everything. It is already whole and complete. There's nothing missing. There's nothing lacking already. If there seems to be something missing or lacking, that's just a story appearing in it. What you really are is simply unconditional love. So every expression is already unconditional love expressing as that. So every expression is beautiful. All else is just a story. They're just stories. There is already no past here. There is already no future here. There is already no present here. There is already no individual here. There's just this vastness which expresses as what seems to be an individual. And when I talk about you, I'm not referring to an individual or somebody who's separate. I'm referring to this vastness, which is already whole and complete. This is already not two. This is already completeness, expressing as incomplete. This is perfection. This is no division. And this can never be found. See, it's already whole and complete. There's nothing separate from it to find it already. From its completeness, it expresses as things that are incomplete. This is already changeless, yet it may appear as the changing, or appear to change. This is already boundless, yet it may express as being bound. It's just how it expresses itself. Because this its true nature is boundlessness. So it can never change. There can be appearances which they may seem to change, but itself as it is already unchanging. It's already undivided. It's already whole and complete. There's already nothing sticking out. There's already nothing to look for. There's already nothing to find because there's no separation already. So there is never not this. And nobody knows what this is. There is nothing here that knows what this is. This is unknowable, which also expresses as knowing, or as the knower. But that which seems to be the knower is already that which can never be known. There can never be any real knower that knows something. This can only be just the unknowing expressing as that. So this is silence. This is undisturbed silence, which doesn't require uh, any noise to stop for it to be what it is. It's already what it is with or without any noise. What seems to be the people moving around is already that which is not moving, is already that which can never really be described, which is vast, boundless, expressing as people moving. There are no real people who are moving around. There are no brothers and sisters. There are no mothers already. There's just this. So Nkosi and Charles is also this which can never be known, expressing as that. There is no real Nkosi, no real Charles who are talking to each other. Even though in the story it may seem as if there are people having a conversation. But that's as it is, it's just an expression of this nothingness. There's really nothing to talk about. In the story, they can be, it may seem as if there's something to talk about. But what that which is being discussed can only be just concepts, using words as concepts to describe that which can never really be described, to describe that which is nothing really, yet appearing as everything. So there's nowhere to get to, even though it may seem as if there's somewhere to get to, something saying, "Oh, I'm getting there." That's as it is, can also be seen that it's just also this saying, "I'm getting there." It may even say, "I have a question. How come this and that's, you know, but that's as it is. The one who's saying those words is just this vastness. It can never be any specific individual who can ask any question or do anything. It's just already that which is unknowable, which is undivided, saying those words. So every expression is beautiful. Everything is allowed to be as it is without judgment. This is unconditional love. Therefore, there is no judgment. Even to say no or yes, it doesn't really mean anything to this. Yet it is seen that it's just also this unconditional love, saying no or yes. This may take any direction. That which seems to be looking for this can never really find this because all there is this. There's nothing really looking for this. It's also just this expressing as something looking. So there's no escape. There's no way to get to. There's nothing to find. There's no one to help. There's nothing to fix. They can be just noticing that all there is this. There's no separation. And that noticing doesn't belong to a certain individual. Something saying it belongs to me, that as it is, doesn't belong to anyone already. It's just this saying it belongs to me. I've seen this. In the story, it may seem as if somebody is really saying that, is claiming to have seen something. People need to take notice because so and so has seen something. But that's just unconditional love, also saying those words. You know. So there's no judgment. Even what seems to be an apparent judgment is not judged here. Every expression is beautiful because every expression is already unconditional love expressing as that. What seems to be something looking for this, it usually collapses, and then there's always that recognition that there wasn't anything looking. Even the collapsing is illusory because really there is nothing to actually collapse because there is no division, there's no separation. All there is unconditional love, which is vast. Appearing as all things, yet as it is, it's nothing, it's formless and empty. It's not waiting for anything to happen. Yet waiting simply happens, but nobody's doing it. It's not trying, it's not expecting, it's not looking, doesn't know anything. There's no story. Thoughts seem to come and go from that space which isn't coming and going. The movement seems to happen from that space which isn't moving. Yet it is also seen that it is already that space which also appears as the movement, as the coming and going of thoughts. Yet itself as it is just not moving. It's not waiting, it's not searching, it's not seeking, it's not desiring anything, it's not imagining anything. It's not waiting for the next exciting experience or for the next moment. It is existence itself. It is already effortless and obvious to itself. It is already everything, yet it's nothing. So there's already no seeker seeking for this. Therefore, there's nothing to find. Because what seems to be the finder is already not there as separate from this. It is already just wholeness. All there is wholeness. There's nothing outside of wholeness. To find wholeness already. So you can never die because we've never been born. When the body collapses, it's as if nothing happened. There's no difference. Because what you really are is God.
It's beautiful.
Sorry?
That was beautiful.
Yeah.
It was more a diatribe than a meditation. It was a perfect encapsulation of what you say. Building one tiny little block at a time, all the way up to the end.
Yeah, I know There is never any preparation that is made here. Things, they're just coming up, you know. Just make this body available to talk. But there are no worries as to what to say because everything is just more like channeling of some sorts in a way. Mm. Sometimes even the words that are coming up here, this sometimes is even surprised because it's just there's that flow. No, seems to be that.
So this week I was at this presentation. Um, I was the oldest of the presenters, and I had a lot more experience than a lot of the presenters. They're talking about, stuff that really means a lot to them, that they really care about. And just because I'm the body that's been there longer, I know more about it than they do. And I found myself, usually I don't like to talk too much in those kind of situations because, I want to share the space and let everybody, uh, it's not about me, right? But I found myself just standing up and saying some things that I wasn't even doing it. I wasn't saying, but it was like after I said them, I was like, that was really good. People were coming up afterwards and being like, really enjoy what you had to say, you know. And yes, it's just you know this beauty that you have that you open up and you're able to do this. That you're this vantage point body is able to do that is beautiful. And I've been called to do that. This body has been called to do that in a completely other situation with much less profound words, in my opinion. But whatever, I'm called to do something else. We can't all be in Nkosi.
Yeah, whichever field that you are placed in, whenever you're speaking in that way, words will always come with that energy. It may seem sometimes you're not saying anything like powerful, but people who are listening, they can feel that the energy, those words that you are actually saying, that they come with that energy. So you don't have to worry about what you are saying. Sometimes you may say some silly things and think to yourself that, oh, my speech was so very bad. Only to find that people, they were so excited listening to your speech, because, words, they come with that energy. You know. Sometimes it is felt when we are talking, felt that, yeah, it's just a matter of like forgetting yourself, denying yourself, and just be there, present. Yeah, everything or every apparent object is this boundless energy expressing as every apparent object, and everything is alive because of this boundless aliveness. So everything listens as well, or what seems to be things they can listen. That's why you are able to talk to the weather. You can talk to the weather. You can talk to the tree. You can talk to the stone because everything is energy. This body is energy. So everything listens. Everything is alive. Everything is living already. Everything listens to your command because you are God.
I, um, I tuned into Alan's thing on Sunday, and he did this very interesting. He had this very interesting discussion on control, and I can't remember what the word he used was. Basically, surrender. You know, freedom, freedom. We talked about surrender a little bit, or I talked about surrender, and he used other words for it. Um, it was really resonating with a lot of the people that were on the call. This this thought that the less you try to control your life, the more things seem to just sort of fall into place, and then when you try to control your life, things just sort of stumble. But I was saying, you find yourself in a flow state, who knows what you might do, you know. And you got to get up and go get some food, right? So you got to control your body to get over the.
Yeah.
So it's a very sticky realm. But I think what you know, to think about is there's this other ego thing that's trying to move things in a direction other than where you're supposed to go. And if you just go where you're supposed to go and follow flow, then it's going to be easier. But this thing that's projecting a different direction, well, that's this too. So how does all that work out?
Yeah, it's a play. It's just a play. It doesn't need to be taken seriously. From that position of from that understanding that this is a construct. This isn't real. No. So you can be able to navigate freely, effortlessly. And whatever is coming up that needs to be done, it gets done. Whenever it comes up, that means it should be done. Like when there can be just something coming up in you. Say, go to the bank, just go to the bank. Don't ask questions. Why I'm tired. Just go there because you know this somehow, even though it doesn't really know anything, somehow there is that resonance that may seem to direct the characters in a way to move freely. If something doesn't happen, then it's okay. It's okay. There may be another direction. There might be something that may come up to do, you know, because really this is a play. This is not real. From that understanding that this isn't real, this is just a construct. You know, everything moves freely, flows freely.
So this conference I'm at, there's 27,000 people there, right? In this massive, two or three buildings, 27,000. For the most part, extremely bright people from all over the world coming to talk about their research. Everyone is trying to get something, right? if you're a young if you're a young professor from Africa, right? Or if you're a young graduate student from Africa, you dream of, getting accepted to a prestigious program in the UK, studying with esteemed colleagues or whatever, If you've already gone through your studies in England, then you dream of having a job in the United States. It's somebody like me hiring you, right? If you're somebody like me, you dream of getting a great big grant.
Yeah,
If you're the grant, the person who makes the grants, you dream of making contacts and then, with people that'll be able to fund your program. All the way up,
yeah,
all the way up. And all of these little components have the mostly have a spirit of competition, right?
yeah.
So if you know, it's going to be either me or this guy is going to get that position or get that grant or get the funding. Um, what do you know? Who should I be talking to? Where's that? What's the new idea? How can I package this new idea so that people will believe it? And there's just all this brilliance. 27,000 of the smartest people you've ever met, right?
Mm.
Jam packed in this small area, wasting so much energy trying to navigate this fucking system when in fact their research is so important and the things that come out of what they do, you know, are the situations that we're grappling with climate change and disasters and everything else. And it's so funny, you know. I remember being young and having ideas and trying to impress people and getting jobs. And now I'm an old guy and I've got gray hair and everyone's trying to impress me to do this. Do you have any money to hire me? Guess it's all a play, huh?
Yeah, it is. It is. It is a play. Yeah, it's when the attention is on the space itself as it is. It is seen that it's just a play, you know. Even the people, what seems to be people moving around, um, they are really nothing. The bodies are empty. There's nobody in them. But when you focus on the object or apparent object or what seems to be the bodies, you like there'll be that imagination that seems to be coming up that, oh, this is so and so. This is an Indian guy. This is a white guy. I know this person. Somehow you get into a story, but the space as it is storyless. It's just it never ends. It never began. So it is seen that it is the space that contains that also appears as what seems to be the people talking. You know, and it's also seen that they're never really saying anything. They're just blah, 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 blah. But when the attention is on the objects, apparent objects, then it may seem, oh, they are saying something. What is he saying? Oh, I don't like what he's saying. So
Right.
yeah, it gets into a story somehow. It's also just this experiencing that as well. It's not that there's somebody who does that. Also, this expressing as that. So it's like everything is you in a way. Everybody is you. Every tree is you. Every wind, thunderstorm. So it's very easy to talk to you, talk to yourself. You listen to yourself. So everything listens to you because everything is yourself.
What time is it here? 9:47. Suppose I need to go play that game. Video game has already started.
Good luck. Go and play that character very well.
Thank you, Nkosi.
You're welcome.
Talk to you next Tuesday. Your Wednesday.
Yes.
Okay. Bye.
Right.